Okay guys, this is Ethan again. Today we'll be changing the spark plugs on a 2014 Forester with a 2.5 liter non-turbo engine. This probably applies to several other Subarus and Foresters with the 2.5 liter. This, I just don't know exactly what model years it all pertains to. Subarus do have the boxer style engine, so the pistons are horizontal rather than in a V shape or in an inline like other vehicles types are. So they're buried down in by the frame rail. You can see one of the coils down there on the driver's side and the other coil down there on the driver's side. And then on the passenger side you have the same thing. Down here you can see both coils down there. So all you need to do is you see that nut that goes to the coils, you got to break those free and then remove the coil pack and remove each spark plug and put a new spark plug in. So we'll get started on that. Okay, we're starting on the driver's side. So all you need is a 3/8 ratchet with a 10mm socket on there, preferably a 6-point, but if a 12-point is all you have, that's okay. You want a shallow socket. That's the only way you're going to get in between the frame rail and the coil. So start by just breaking them free. This is the driver's side. Same procedure on the passenger side. Okay, I got the first one broke free. Then you should be able to take the nut loose with your hands. Okay, I got that one out. And just take the coil off. The boot should pop off so you can see the boot there, and just set that one aside. And now you want to go get a spark plug wrench. Now what you need is you need a deep 9/16 inch socket. This is a 3/8 drive with a 2-inch extension on there to get the spark plug out. You want to put the extension and the socket in there first, because you're not going to be able to get it in there with the ratchet, and then put your ratchet on the extension. Break this free. You want to do this cold, just so you don't tear up any threads in the head. If it is stuck a little bit, you're going to have to either spray some penetrating oil, or you could heat up the engine just a little bit, but you don't want to overheat it. So you take this out. They are threaded pretty deep in there, so it's going to take a little bit to remove. Almost there, got a hold of it. Okay, there's our spark plug there. So it doesn't look too bad. It's got a little bit of white on there, but for the most part it's firing pretty good. These are NGKs. So what we're going to put back in it are iridium plugs from Autolite. The reason I'm choosing to go with iridiums are just because they're a little bit longer service interval. They don't wear, the electrodes don't wear down quite as fast as the copper or platinums do. So that's why I'm putting in the iridium plugs. So basically, install is just reverse of removal. You're going to want to put a little bit of anti-seize on these threads. That way the next time you get them out, it's going to go a lot easier for you. They're not going to seize in the head. So go ahead and put some anti-seize on there and put it in the spark plug hole and tighten it on down. You don't want to go too tight. So here I'm going to do that. Okay. We've got some anti-seize on there, so just slide it in the hole there. All the plugs should be pre-gapped. It's not a bad idea to check the gap on them. I have checked all the gaps on these and they're good. So put your socket back in there once you got the spark plug in there, and start it by hand. That way it prevents any cross threading. And tighten it as far as you can by hand. So now that that's in there, you can put the boot that you pulled back here, back on to the spark plug. It's caught back here. Work it out. I'm going to be careful with these coil boots. They are very expensive. Put it back in the hole. You can put some dielectric grease in there. That way it just makes good contact. And you want to push it all the way on there by hand as much as you can. And then you'll take and put the bolt back into it. That holds it into the block. Again, start it by hand so you don't cross thread anything. And tighten it until you need to use a ratchet. Okay, it's snug by hand. Now again, just a 10mm shallow socket with a 3/8 ratchet. Now we're snug in there. That's all you got to do. And then repeat 3 more times for the other cylinders. And you'll be all good to go. Okay, and that is all we had to do for changing the spark plugs. Again, when I changed the second one on the driver's side, I found it a little bit easier to use 2 longer extensions for the 3/8 and then a swivel and a short extension right in between the swivel and the 9/16 there. That's missing. I just had a 1-inch extension in there. Found that a lot easier to get into all 3 of the other spark plugs, and probably the first one would have been nice too. Other than that, it was a pretty simple process. It took about an hour to do. The reason I did it is because on this, when you came to a stop, it was kind of rough idling a little bit. So we're going to see if this fixed the issue. So we'll go start it up really quick and see how it idles. Has about 68,000 miles on it. I'm pretty sure this is the first change of spark plugs. Starts up a lot nicer than it did before. You can already tell that. It's not, I'm not doing a rough idle or anything right now, so I think we fixed the issue. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Please like the video and subscribe to my page for further videos on this vehicle and other vehicles similar to it. Again, thanks for watching.